Hello, Johnny London here once again.
Well, I just want to really get all the little gaps and crevices completely filled up with glue, make everything as strong as possible, then I can fit these doors.
Aside from the extra glue, this is where I left off last time. But before I can fit the doors, there's another piece of wood that I need to put on, so that the doors don't foul the roof.
That's how I keep so trim and buff. Not.
This has to go on here, like so. I'm just removing the brackets that hold the sides of the door frame in place. Adding the new piece, then refixing the brackets. Here's the hinges I found.
Right, well, I've done one last gluing around yet again, and I'm ready to hang the doors as soon as the glue's gone off. In the meantime, I'm going to have a look at something else, and that's putting up the central partition wall and rear part of the cabin. I can use the space a little bit more effectively if I've got the partition, so that's what I intend to do.
I need to add battening on both sides to hold the new woods in place. And on the floor too. Fixed through the walls like so. I'm only on the handsaw today, but it's getting the job done just fine. As you can see, it's not taking too long.
Well, so I'm a bit further along now. I managed to put the last two little short sections of batten in up there, which hadn't quite reached all the way to the top, and I've cut the rest of these. I had them piled nearly all the way up, and of course they all came tumbling down, didn't they? So I thought now was a good time to start fixing a few screws just to get them tacked into place. Yes! I've just managed to find a piece that was nearly the right size for the last piece. Just shoehorned it in with a persuader. So that's all of those in place now. A few more screws needed, but I think I'm pretty much there.
It's a good strong wall, and I don't think I'm even going to bother painting it. I've managed to make some use of the new space already, but there's still this little lot to deal with.
Well, I didn't have quite the leisurely weekend that I planned for myself. actually, on account of the fact that my plants, my second batch of plants, arrived on Sunday morning, and after I'd soaked them for a couple of hours, I really did want to get them sort of into the ground. So I spent the afternoon doing that. It was a hot old day, and I had to dig out for those and rip out the sort of old fence posts and one thing and another, but I got all that done. And today I had planned to just come down and really sort of empty everything out of the sort of front part of the cabin and rearrange it in the sort of storage area bit that I've done at the back there, and just get everything as sort of efficient and neat and tidy as possible so I can be ready to make the front part into my den. Now I'm going to do that, but I'm going to take it at a relatively leisurely pace. To be honest, I've got enough to keep me going for the rest of the season by the time I've sort of cleaned up and repaired things like this. Well, that doesn't look too bad, but there's a whole load of stuff in the greenhouse too. Well, I'm thinking about hanging my rake hanging rack high up to leave room so that I'll have more floor space. Every little bit helps.
And that's precisely what I end up doing. Just the other side to take care of now. And I put hooks and screws to suit wherever they are needed. I need to be as efficient as I can be with the space that I've got.
Well, it's probably not a bad idea to put the doors on, isn't it? I'm usually really terrible at doing hinges. I haven't cut them in to either the door or the frame. There's just no need. I left a few millimetres all around and everything will probably shrink anyway, so I'll just go like this. Are you supposed to have this bit? Not sure if it goes. Does it matter if that bit's on the door or that bit's on the door? I don't know. I'm going to offer it up and see what happens.
One side of the hinges has a slightly curved profile. Does it matter? I don't know. But I haven't drilled the holes in the right place this time.
Not quite. I'll try something else. Right, what I've done, I've set them back a bit so the door should sit out further a bit and not foul the frame. Let's see how that is. Well, it's closer. What's going on?
I'm getting there. Just need one more go.
Oh, God. The thing is, once I figure them out, the other one will go on easy, won't it? Only trouble is, it's starting to look like a Swiss cheese. I think I've got these hinges the best way round though, because the sort of bit that moves, which would sort of rub, wants to be on the bit that's not moving, so there's no friction, and then the bit that moves is so it isn't.
Confused? Me too. But I've done it.
Yes! Oh, it needs a bit of tweaking, but that should be okay, and it's a sort of prototype for the other one, isn't it? Tell you what though, it had half gone dark and there's an awful lot of rumbling going on. Wouldn't be surprised if we didn't get a drop of rain. Now here it comes. Typical. I would have to choose the one day where I've really got all the stuff out, wouldn't it?
I waited out indoors.
Well, that was a downpour and a half. It's finally ceased, so I thought I'd pop back out. I've got to gather up all the tools anyway. While I was here, I thought, well, do you know what? I might as well hang this second door while I'm about it. All that rain has not been too kind to my PVA glue though. Of course, I had hoped to have it painted by now.
Yes, I should have used waterproof PVA.
I was holding that with my foot. Needs a little bit of tweaking, but I think that'll do for now. Well, I'm definitely going to call it a day there. But before I go, I forgot to show you what I did over the weekend. Let's take a quick look at those plants. The sort of bushy looking ones, although they're a bit spindly and short, they're the new ones. And the original ones that I got, that only 5 of which came, are the ones right behind the cabin. They look totally different, they've been grown differently, but they're the same thing, so we live in hope. And it goes all the way up to there, look. And with that, well, I'll see you next time.